Everybody was annoyed by a cracked snow globe. Then my boss finally told us what it meant. The beginning looked normal. We were at the back table of a restaurant after everybody pretended the argument was over. A cracked snow globe was sitting there, and my boss kept glancing at it like it could answer for them. Then they put their thumb over the name before anyone else could read it. It was such a small movement that it almost disappeared, but that movement changed the whole temperature of the room. We found out it was kept for a parent who might come back ashamed and need a sign. Then we realized it was not a keepsake at all, it was a survival tool. It felt like watching a room full of confident people become ashamed at the same time. So the rule changed. The person it belonged to never came back, but the story stopped being locked away. People stopped calling it weird, and that small amount of respect mattered more than a speech. The person did not need a lecture. They needed one room where the memory was allowed to exist. Before anyone says they should have just moved on, think about what moving on actually means here. The object was not replacing a person. It was giving my boss one tiny routine that did not ask them to explain the worst day again. What made it sad was not that people were confused at first. Confusion happens. The sad part was how quickly confusion turned into jokes, and how long my boss had to stand there while the jokes gathered weight. I think people argue about stories like this because everyone has their own hidden object somewhere. It might not look like a cracked snow globe, but it has the same job. Hold the memory quietly when the person cannot say the whole story out loud. The truth did not make anybody a villain forever, but it did make the room responsible. Once you understand the wound, you do not get to keep poking it and pretend you are only being honest. That is the reason the reveal works. The object never changes. What changes is the viewer. You start by seeing clutter, and by the end you understand why my boss needed it exactly where it was. Tell me in the comments, would you rather know the story or leave the person in peace? Use cracked. Like if this made you think about an object in your own house. Subscribe for more quiet stories that still get under your skin.